In the fall of 1995, I arrived at McGill University in Montreal. The city was a physical shock. By early afternoon, the sky went completely dark, and the temperature regularly sat below -20 degrees Celsius. That kind of cold cuts right through any jacket. To survive those months, the downtown core is connected by a massive network of underground tunnels. Without them, Montreal would be nearly uninhabitable. I originally went there to study biology. A friend's mother suggested that medicine offered a stable, well-compensated career path, so I followed her advice. Living in a freezing environment that you cannot control forces you indoors, and it forces a specific kind of endurance. You either give up, or you develop intense patience and internal focus. That focus quickly shifted away from biology. In high school, the subject had been about the human body, which fascinated me. But at the university level, the curriculum focused heavily on animals and abstract cellular processes, and I lost interest almost immediately. Computer science, by contrast, was immediately compelling. I had always preferred systems built on strict, clear rules over those that relied on social negotiation or subjective human judgment. Programming is logic made tangible. You write instructions, and a machine executes them. If the output is wrong, the machine isn't misinterpreting you. The error exists entirely in your own thinking. The computer is a perfect mirror, exposing flaws in your logic. Operating in a system governed by absolute rational logic brings a specific kind of peace. Every single failure has a concrete explanation. In the mid-1990s, McGill's computer science program wasn't highly prestigious, and our labs ran on aging equipment. But prestige didn't matter to me. I just needed access to the machines and the time to learn them. Often I would stay late into the night. Thanks to Montreal's underground tunnels, I could rollerblade to the lab in the evening and work straight through until the early morning hours. A small group of us became regulars. We didn't socialize outside of school, but we recognized each other as part of the same tribe. We communicated fluently in the shared language of algorithms and data structures, constantly trading shortcuts. Still, every programmer deals with a persistent, quiet terror. You write something and you think it's correct, but you live with the constant fear that your code is wrong. You can run tests, but there is a harsh paradox in software engineering. Testing can only prove the presence of bugs. It can never guarantee their absence. That lingering uncertainty is uncomfortable. To make any real progress, you have to develop strong mental strategies to verify your own logic and protect against your own mistakes. Over time, I built those habits. I learned to write the tests before writing the actual code, and I spent hours reading other people's work to absorb their problem-solving techniques. Most importantly, I learned decomposition. You take a massive, intimidating problem and you break it down into tiny, independently verifiable pieces. I had the chance to put these strategies to the test when a professor invited me to co-author an AI paper on neural networks, long before the modern deep learning boom. We spent months experimenting with different architectures. What I learned is that innovation is almost entirely composed of failed hypotheses and dead ends, punctuated by occasional, rare moments of insight. The paper was published, but academic prestige didn't matter to me. Looking smart on paper is irrelevant if the system fails. The only metric of value is whether you can build something that actually works in the real world. I eventually decided that the slow pace of a structured academic environment wasn't for me. I completed my degree requirements through an online program because I wanted the momentum of real-world work. By the summer of 1997, at 20 years old, I took a single suitcase to Japan. I joined an effort to replace the aging technology running the Tokyo Stock Exchange. The specific programming languages I spent my nights learning, C, C++, and early Java, would all rapidly become obsolete. The real products of an education aren't listed on a transcript. No institution can certify your ability to focus for extended periods, endure constant failure, or navigate total uncertainty. Those early habits apply to any complex system, whether writing a basic script or taking on the challenge of scaling a global cryptocurrency exchange. When you operate a financial engine on an international scale, you are introduced to an entirely new, massive level of systemic risk. Managing billions of dollars requires the exact same methodology I used as a student in that freezing city. You break the problem down, test every single piece, and embrace the failures along the way. We often think of financial innovation as taking wild risks, but true financial freedom is built on the opposite, the disciplined, unglamorous architecture of certainty.